Okay, good morning, guys. I'm back. My name is nazor.ezeh, and I came. This is a follow-up video. To the one of, when did I post that video? Was it 2 days ago? The one about the boy Sylvester who was beaten, who was bullied, and then he passed away. So I came to give updates because I woke up this morning. See, I woke up around 3 a.m. and I don't even know why I entered Instagram. Do you know that since that time I've been awake till now? I even cried a little bit. Yeah, because I went on Ijoma Daisy's Instagram page and then I read the story from the boy's father. What happened from the boy's father? I read, and then I got to know of the torture and the pain that this boy went through. I refused to watch. Like yesterday, I saw some videos of the boy in his final moments and him crying out in pain and everything, but I refused to watch those videos. I skipped them really quickly. I just saw him crying and then I skipped it because I didn't want it to weigh me down yesterday. But today, since there was no video attached, I decided to read the story. Big mistake because I didn't sleep anymore. I cried for that boy because he went through pain in the hands of those bullies who I learned were actually in SS1 and SS2, who I also learned that their parents are wealthy, and I think 2 have been flown out of the country. I don't know how true that information is, but I learned from the internet today that 2 out of them had already been flown out of the country. You can't escape. You cannot escape. The spirit of this boy, this innocent Sylvester, will haunt you till you meet the same fate that you gave out to this boy for doing what to you? For doing absolutely nothing. Okay, let me not digress too much. So what did Sylvester's father say? He recounted the stories of what his son went through in the hands of these boys, of how they will beat him, how they will bully him just because he refused to join their cult. He said that Sylvester had reported that last term they bullied him a lot. They would collect his provisions, collect his clothes, and beat him up. So he reported, and then they suspended those boys temporarily back then, and then also they switched Sylvester from that hostel to another hostel. But when the new term started, the bullying continued. The bullying persisted. I think it's, as a matter of fact, it even got worse because then he even said that, he mentioned that one night they barged into the hostel where Sylvester was, into the room, and then Sylvester jumped off the bed and that they were beating him. They turned off the lights and were beating him, a 12-year-old little boy. They beat him in the presence of other what they call them, roommates, and roommates. They beat him, and then they also threatened those ones not to tell. They said they stepped on him, they matched his wrist because his wrist was swollen, they matched his stomach, they matched his waist, they tortured him. Do you know, after reading it and after crying and wiping my tears, the first thought that occurred to me was that yes, I blame the school. I'm coming to the school again. I'm going to address the school later on. But yes, I blame the school. I blame the teachers. I blame both the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff, the admin of the school, everybody. And then I also blame the parents. Don't come for me. Don't tell me that I'm being insensitive for saying this. I know, yes, it sounds insensitive. But guess what? A little child was involved. Guess what? It is better to say the truth. It's better to say this truth so that other parents will learn. In case other parents are not being proactive when it comes to their children's welfare and mental health and every other thing, other parents need to learn. Don't tell me that this is not the time to cast blame, or this is not the time to say certain things to the parents. When is the time? No, when exactly is the time? Do you know what this boy suffered before he died? I don't know. I feel so angry about this matter. Not only because I have children, not only because I have a 12-year-old as well. I feel angry because these are little children. This boy now that died, he's a little child. Imagine the pain he went through. He was defenseless. He was helpless at that moment when they were beating him. My anger, the reason why I blame his parents is that they knew that this boy was going through this at school. They knew that last term that he was being bullied. Yes, they apparently reported, and that's why they suspended those boys for some time, and then they switched Sylvester's hostel to another hostel. But it was not enough. They knew he was being bullied. They knew that these people would collect his clothes, that these people would beat him up, they would do this and that to him, but they still left him there. The father said that, and that Sylvester mentioned that there was a time that they would ask him, because Sylvester had sisters at that school as well, that they asked Sylvester to describe his sister's private parts. So, is that not enough? Oh God. See, the fact that they collected provisions alone is a big no-no for me. If it was my child, that's it. I will withdraw my child. I will withdraw my child from that school. You know how I feel about bullying. Ordinary that somebody took my daughter's sharpener and smashed it. I took it up. I don't take these things lightly. Not to talk of somebody collecting my child's provisions. See, we cannot deny the fact that it is so sad that so many parents don't do their jobs well. So many parents are not raising their kids well. There are so many badly raised children out there. But it is our job, it is our duty as parents to protect our children, to protect them from these tyrants, from these little demons that are out there. So I feel like Sylvester's parents did not do enough in protecting him. They knew he was going through all this, and they still left him there. It got to the point where he said his father said that Sylvester, when they asked him about, he withdrew so much that when they asked him about what he was going through, he will withdraw. He will not say anything. He will tell them that they will kill him. So it got to this point where your child was telling you that if he talks, they will kill him, and you still left him there. Why? He said that was when they knew that they were confused. They didn't know what to do anymore. And then the father said he considered withdrawing him from the school, and then he reconsidered again because his sisters were there. So because the sisters were there, you now decided to leave all of them there. Okay, if it's because of the sisters, why not just withdraw all of them and change them? Is Dowen College the only school in Lagos? Is it the only good school in Lagos? There are other schools. I feel so pained. I feel so sad because this boy's death could have easily been averted. Don't come and tell me because somebody commented. A lot of people left comments saying that they actually blame the parents for not taking action, for not being proactive, for not taking their child out of that school. It was not enough to go and report. It was not enough. This boy Anwurugo now, he's gone. He suffered and he's gone. It wasn't enough to go and report. You should have taken more action. Somebody now commented and replied, one of the people that were talking, and said that when you lose a child, then you can come and start saying the things that you should have done or whatever. See, the reason why we're saying these things is not just, we're not all monsters. It's not like we don't feel the pain that Sylvester's parents are feeling. We're just saying it so that other parents will learn, because so many parents are fond of doing this thing. When their children are being bullied, when their children report certain things to them, they do not take them seriously. They take it lightly. They say, it will make you strong. Are you the only one that is being bullied? The fact that these things have been going on in secondary schools, in boarding schools for years, for so many years, does not mean it's okay. It doesn't make it okay. It's so wrong. Because you went through it, they call it different names, hazing, this, that. The fact that we went through it does not make it right. Let it stop. Parents, I'm pleading with you people, in case you're one of those who made that thing, that your child, you just stay, endure. Endure. A little child. Do you know the extent of what that child is enduring? Is it because most of them don't say it because of fear? Some of them are so scared that they will not say anything, because they fear that they will kill them true. They will now bottle it up and not say it. You now say her endure. If most people that went to boarding schools, if they open their mouth to tell you what they went through, they gave Sylvester chemical to drink. That's why his mouth was looking like that and he was in pain. His stomach was swollen and all that. I remember back then when I was in secondary school, when I just got into that school, I remember there was a case of some senior boys making a junior boy drink their urine. The school found out and they brought out those senior boys and flogged them in front of the whole school. All these things are wrong. They are not right. You don't treat people this way. And then your child will now tell you that somebody is bullying me, somebody collected my provision, and you just let the child stay there. Stay there. and say they are making them strong because you went through it. The fact that you survived it does not mean that the next person might survive it. Did Sylvester not die now? It's so wrong. I'm so pained. I'm so pained about this thing. Honestly. I'm sorry that I'm shouting, but is how I feel. I'm just expressing myself. And like I said, nobody should come for me and tell me I'm being insensitive. Let me tell you something. Abroad, if a parent is negligent, they value children's lives here so much. If you're negligent and you act in a way that will bring harm to your child, they will collect all your children. They do not care if they are being insensitive. Social services will come and collect your children. No, but let me see who will come and label the social services insensitive now. Let's say you endanger your children or something, fire burns or something, or maybe your children don't get hurt and they collect them from you, or maybe you even lose one child in the process of that happen and they collect the remaining. Nobody will tell you that they are being insensitive, that you are grieving, the mother is grieving and they are collecting all the other children. They do not care. You can't come and tell me you're being insensitive by blaming the parents. You blame them so that others will learn and so that they too will learn and not make those type of mistakes again. These are lives of little children that are involved, for Christ's sake. And then, Dowen School. First of all, you people came out and lied that it was a football injury. Let's assume that it is what they said, because we heard that they told those boys, threatened Sylvester to say it was a football injury and threatened his friends to say it was a football injury, and then they said it was a football injury. Are you people mad? Did that thing look like football injury to you people? Or look like football injury, and you believed, you swallowed that story hook, line and sinker? You don't have sense. That's Dowen School. All of you are mad. All of you are very stupid for saying that and even insisting on it and even making a statement, a public statement, telling us that rubbish story that it was a football accident. And now they now came out and now wrote a letter. They now closed the school for 3 days, and then they now wrote a letter to the parents of the school, the students, that they should take 3 days break and also study for the exams that are coming up. All of you are very stupid. Exam is your priority at this time. The PR people, the people in charge of PR for that school, say, all of them, oh God, all of you are mad. A child died. And that is what you had to say. They should take 3 weeks, three days break. Is it midterm break? Thank God that Lagos State government, I'm hearing now that Lagos State government has shut down the school indefinitely so that they will investigate what happened. Let that be a lesson to all you schools that know that horrible things, terrible things are happening within the walls of your institution and you're acting like nothing is going on. Children are being tortured in your schools. Cults are being formed in your schools. You act as if you cannot hear it, you cannot see it. When the case now comes out, you people come and deny and come and write one nonsense cock and bull story. Let this be a lesson to all you schools. All of you should better sit up. Lagos State government, my advice to you people is that set up a plan. If you don't already have an organization, or what do they used to call them, of people that go to schools and check all these things, set one up. Take these things very seriously, because these are children that we're talking about here. Set it up. Let them be checking all these things to make sure that this rubbish does not exist in schools anymore. Parents of students in that Dowen College, my advice to you is go and find other schools for your children. Find other schools for your children. Do not go back there. Yeah, we are boycotting the school. We're boycotting the school at this point. Take your children out and find them other schools. Other schools, like I said, I'm saying it again. Sit up. End bullying in your schools. End all this senior that, punishments and all that. Another video is going to come later. I'm going to make a video to talk about boarding schools and all the things that goes on there. I'm even going to react to so many comments that I've seen so far about people that went to boarding schools, the horrors that they went through, the atrocities that they endured in boarding schools. What rubbish is this? Are they boarding schools or trauma camps? Abi torture camps? Abi what, or concentration camps? What are they exactly? Why do children have to suffer like that? How are they supposed to study under such conditions? I'm angry. I'm very, very angry, because this boy did not have to die. His parents should have taken him seriously. I'm saying it again. Parents, if your child tells you anything, first of all, create a safe space for them to be able to tell you things. Let them be able to come to you, open up and tell you what they're actually going through. Because if they are afraid of you, the parents, how can they open up to you? How can they tell you what they are going through? And then if you're that kind of parents that when they tell you, you dismiss them, how will they come and tell you again? You think parenting is all about buying things for them, paying school fees, buying clothes, buying games? It goes beyond that. I've said that before. It goes beyond that, and most parents don't even know what it entails to be parents. Honestly. Listen to your children, pay close attention to them, observe them, even if they are hiding things. If you are keen, if you are a keen parent, if you observe very well, you will know. I had an argument with somebody on that Ijoma Daisy's post, one of the posts she made about Don Davis. I said Don Davis. Don Davis is even another case. Don Davis is the one of that Deeper Life School. And guess what? Don Davis's mom is a strong woman. Guess what? Those people involved, they have sentenced them to prison. They are prosecuting them. Those people that were involved in Don Davis's own torture, they are prosecuting them. Don Davis's mom is a strong woman. Create a safe space. Create a safe space for your children to be able to talk to you. Take them seriously. Take them seriously so that they will not end up like this. And if they don't end up dead, they can end up damaged. See, there are so many damaged adults walking around. And you think people in Nigeria are okay? Most people in Nigeria, most adults you see are okay. Most of them are damaged from trauma that they experienced during childhood. When your child comes to you and tells you what they are going through, take action. Even if it's as little as they took my provision. I was saying something. I had an argument with somebody under the post, the Ijoma Daisy's post, and the person was telling me that children are able to hide things. That children will be able to hide. How would the parents know what's going on if the children don't tell them? How would the parents now? It's not when the parents know that they will now withdraw the child from the school. And I was telling the person that if you are a good parent, you will know if something is off with your child. If you are a keen parents, you will definitely know. Children do not have the ability to hide things. They don't have the ability to hide or mask what they are going through. Even adults, most adults don't know how to hide things. That's why you can tell if something is off with somebody. So you can't tell me that if you are an observant parent that you will not know. You will know. Pay attention to your children. Even if they don't open up to tell you, you will notice these things. One ignorant person now left a comment on that Ijoma's post saying that because somebody commented and told and blamed the parents of Sylvester and said that they should have withdrawn Sylvester from that school. This ignorant person now came and said that tell me any school that does not have bullying, that there's bullying in every school, that mention any school that doesn't have bullying and I will give you so thing. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Does that mean she should not withdraw her? They should not, if your child is being bullied, you should not withdraw your child and move to another school because there are bullies there? Yes, there are bullies at every school, even abroad. There are bullies at every school. But if your child is being bullied to the extent that they are telling your child that they will kill your child if your child says anything, withdraw your child from that school and take your child to another school. Yes, there might be bullies in that new school, but your child might not be a target over there. They did not write it on your child's forehead. I'm a target. Bully me, please. The fact that they bullied your child here does not mean that when you withdraw your child and your child goes over there, that they will bully your child over there as well. Our duty, like I said, as parents is to, first and foremost, is to protect our children. Protect them. If they bully your child tells you they collected my provision, they collected my clothes, they beat me up, they did this, collect your child from that school. Because the school authorities might not even do anything about it. They will be hiding it and telling you, no, nothing of such happens here, nothing of such. We are a Christian school, we're this, we're that. Do not believe them. Take your child to another school. Chances are that when your child gets to that new school, he will not be a target or she will not be a target. And then that other school that there are still bullies there, if your child is there, another person's child, and is a target, move your child to another school where your child will not be a target. Do you get? Abi, that person will not call you and say, you tell me, I argued a lot this morning. I argued a lot from 3 a.m. this morning on Instagram. I had time because I was angry. I was replying people back because you cannot. I now told that person that you yourself you don't reason. How can you say this? Your question is irrelevant. You're asking us that tell us how many schools that does not have bullying. It's a very irrelevant question. There is bullying in every school, but that doesn't mean you should let your child endure bullying at a school. If your child is being bullied, move your child. They did not sellotape your child to that place. They did not use akpodori ntu na that school that you cannot live there. They did not bury your child's placenta in that school. Move your child from there to another place. There are so many good schools in Lagos. Hey God, I'm so upset. But it's okay. It's okay. May Sylvester's soul rest in perfect peace. But may his spirit haunt those boys, especially the ones that they said that they have flown them out of the country. Heartless parents. You will not train your children well. They will now go and be torturing other people's children. And then instead of them to now face the music, to get the consequences of what they have done, you people will sneak them out of the country. God will punish all of you, including you, the parents. That snuck your children out of the country after they have killed somebody else's child. It's okay, oh. It's okay. No wahala. Let me end this video now. I've ranted too much, and I'm already very, very aggravated, or what they call it. I'm already very, very, very riled up right now and triggered. But no problem. Stay safe, guys. Stay blessed. We're going to see ourselves in the next video, okay? Bye.